Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Hanzo here and welcome to my new episode of Ultimate Guide in Your Teapot. Last time I showed you how to clip, float, and how the set furnishings works. If you haven't seen that video yet, I suggest that you watch it first to have an idea on clipping and floating. So let's start with the sinking method, which makes any furniture sink below the ground level. First things you gotta do is to put down 2 floating boulders to make a custom set. You can use any of the floating boulders to make this method work. Why 2, you asked? You can only make a custom set of furnitures if you have 2 or more involved. You can also use 1 floating boulder and 1 other furnishing to make a set. The other one can be your reference in moving the furnitures that you want it to be synced in the ground. To create a custom set, tap the create set in the right side that you see in this video, and start tapping the furnitures you want to be a part of this custom set. Click the confirm button to make the set. Note that you can always add or remove furnitures inside the set anytime you want. You'll notice a yellow circle appear once you start adding furnitures in the set. This yellow circle will be your ground level for the set, so make sure to check where the yellow circle is located. Next step is to create a proxy ground for you to determine the adjustments you want to make in syncing your furnitures. This proxy ground must be higher than the actual ground, so using the floating boulders and adjusting the height higher will help you see better results. And then tap one of the furnitures in the custom set and click the edit set to select all participating furnitures within that set. Once the set is selected, move it over the proxy ground to trick the system into thinking that it is your custom set's ground. You will notice that the yellow circle of that set is now above the actual ground. It is important that the circle stays above the ground for you to sync the furnitures in that set. Next step is to add the actual furniture that you want to sink in the ground on the custom set's floating boulder. If the furniture that you want buried is larger than the boulder, you can use a support boulder around the one in the set. Then remove the support boulders once the furniture is on the custom set's boulder. Then adjust the height until you're satisfied on how deep you want your furniture to sink. You can use the proxy ground as a reference to see how deep the furniture is buried before transferring it back to the actual ground. Now that it is on the ground, you can see the boulder is buried deep. Once you're happy with its position, just click confirm and it's done. You just learned how to sink furnitures below the ground. Good job! Now we can add other furnitures to be clipped in that set. Note that you can clip other furnitures in that set, but you cannot clip furnitures if it is a member of the custom sets. You can select the set and edit it if you need to adjust a few things anytime. If your decision is final that you won't be moving that set anymore, remove the reference by clicking it to decrease your unnecessary load. You will notice that the yellow circle will adjust to the boulder beneath the ground, so be careful not to move that boulder anymore to let it stay under. Now watch me add more stuff using the syncing method to make variations to the design. You can also use the new concrete boulder to make a stair from the ground. We don't need to worry with merging types of boulders, as they can be clipped together even if they're inside a custom set. You can't merge the boulder to a different type of furniture like houses or trees if it is a member of a custom set. You can stop making the stairs once it reaches the same height as the proxy ground and just make the other concretes float at their own, just to reduce the load of not having unnecessary floating boulders. You can also use the new wooden Otogi workshop furniture as a wooden ramp for elevations just like this. And that's it for the sinking method. Last tip I can give you is that you can also bury down animals and companion or even the mansion itself beneath the ground. But even if you bury animals or companion, it will still stay on the ground level in the game just like this. Now let's move to floating furnitures below 2.5 height. In the previous version, we can't make the furnitures float by their own below because that is the lowest possible you can set to the floating boulder. But thanks to the custom set, we can now float them lower. In this example, I will show you how to float the Inatsumin bamboo roof house by a little bit above the ground to have more of the stairs showing. It's a bit tricky to make it float by its own. You have to move away the camera as far as you could, then zoom into the max possible and adjust the camera looking above the sky. Tap the bamboo roof house just like how you float things and it will be separated from the lowered floating boulder set. You can compare the height of it from the original one by placing another one from the ground and see it for yourself. You can also use this method to make stairs, stones, and anything you can float below the 2.5 height as you wish. Aside from the floating boulder, you can also use the new boulder called Foundations of Stone, as it is the lowest height from the ground as of version 2.4. Also, the floating precipice still can be used as a custom set to make something float lower. And that's all the new mechanics you can use for your teapot designs. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if it does, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell down below to get the latest updates, tips, and tricks in Genshin Impact. Again, this is Hanzo leaving with the word, cheat it until you make it. Thank you for watching.